Helmut Marko, a consultant for Red Bull and key figure in the team's decisions, has never been known to soften his opinions. Recently, he shared a strong view on the trajectory of Daniel Ricciardo in Formula One, highlighting a point that, according to him, was decisive for the career of the Australian: the exit from Red Bull. In an exclusive interview with Motorsport Total, Marko said that Ricciardo had lost the killer instinct that once characterized him on the tracks, especially after leaving the Austrian team. For Marko, Ricciardo's move to Renault in 2019 after his successful period at Red Bull was the turning point. Although the decision was driven by concerns about the Honda engine and the attraction of a new opportunity in the French team, the consultant believes that the Australian never was the same again. After he left Red Bull, he didn't have a competitive car at either Renault or McLaren. He won in Monza, but it was special circumstances, said Marko, referring to the historic victory of Ricciardo at the 2021 Italian GP for McLaren. Ricciardo, who scored 7 wins alongside Sebastian Vettel and later Max Verstappen, looked like one of the big names in Formula One during his time at Red Bull. His ability to brake late and make aggressive decisions on the track made him a feared and respected driver. However, according to Marko, these characteristics began to fade over the years. "I don't know what happened, because if we did, we would have helped. But he lost that killer instinct, especially in the last few years," he said. The reasons for Ricciardo's departure from Red Bull involved both technical and psychological issues. At the time, Max Verstappen was on the rise, making the team more focused on young talent. In addition, doubts about the Honda engine, which at the time had not yet proven its value, influenced the Australian to consider other options. According to Marko, he listened more to the small talk of Renault and Cyril Abiteboul and opted for a new challenge, although financially there was not much difference between the offers from the two teams. However, the following years at Renault and then at McLaren were challenging for Ricciardo. He struggled to adapt to the cars and had difficulty maintaining the level of competitiveness that he had shown in Red Bull. Even with the win at Monza, frustrating seasons weighed on him, and the Australian was fired by McLaren before his contract ended in 2022. His return to AlphaTauri in 2023, replacing Nick de Vries, seemed like a new opportunity to revive his career, but it wasn't enough to secure his future on the team. Marko made it clear that Ricciardo's return to Red Bull as the prodigal son did not work out as many had hoped. Although the Australian has shown flashes of his old talent, as in the fastest lap that marked his farewell, he could not beat Yuki Tsunoda consistently. He only got it in a few races, so it was clear that this story unfortunately did not work out, said Marko. Now, with the future uncertain, it remains to know what will be the next steps of Ricciardo on the tracks. He has already indicated that he is at peace with his situation, but fans and the paddock wonder, will this really be the end of the line for the smiling Australian? And what do you think of this analysis by Helmut Marko about the career of Ricciardo? Leave your opinion in the comments, and of course sign up to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest news from Formula One.